You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889. Also sponsored by CNB Bank. Go to carlsbadnational.com to learn more. Thank you for listening to Community Forum. My name is Johnny Chandler. I'm the owner of KCCC 930 AM and the host of Community Forum. And kind of a special show for us today, actually. This would be the first time that the radio station has ever recorded one of our Community Forum segments at Southeast New Mexico College, right? So Southeast New Mexico College, which we will reference as SENMC for the rest of this program, is a brand new independent college as of July 1, 2021. We finally broke free of the chains of New Mexico State University, right? And which is real important to the community. And now the community has this new 2-year education institution that's going to be able to really help the community thrive. I have 3 younger people with me today. They are students here at SENMC, and I know they don't understand the gravity of what this institution being independent means yet, right? But I also want the 3 of you, before you say anything, to think about the idea that you 3 are likely the first alumni of SENMC ever, right? There's been tons of people that have graduated from this college, right? From when it was an MSU since 1950s, tons. But you are going to be one of the first classes that is an SENMC Mountain Lion, right? That's a unique thing. You're going to be the first, right? So 50 years from now, when this college is thriving and the alumni are coming back and the college is begging for people with a bunch of money to give money because you got your education here, all of you are going to need to start ponying up and giving this college money when you get successful, right? Because that's how the colleges work. Now, I digress. I want to get started here. I'm going to introduce them counterclockwise around the table that we're at. I also want to mention that we are in the student lounge of SENMC, which is kind of a cool place. Ping pong tables, pool tables. It's really a great place for the students, and if you have not come and checked out the college as a community member since we went independent, you're encouraged to come and visit and just walk around. It is a public building when it's open for business hours. So on my right, I have Marie Orozco, right? Yes, perfect. Sir. She is the Chief Student Government, SENMC Student Government Chief Clerk, right? Yes, let's one more time. SENMC Student Government Chief Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Well, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good, and you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Have you ever been on the radio before?
No, sir.
Okay, so this will be your first time?
Yes, sir.
Excellent, cool. I do prefer being called sir because my dad, I did grow up in the Air Force and the military. My dad was in the military, but you don't have to call me sir by any chance. This is an AM radio station. We're pretty chill, right? We're pretty laid back, so don't worry about that at all. So I'll get back to you in a second. Number 2 I want to go to, and sitting in the middle across the table from me is Vanessa Vargas. Vanessa, say hi and introduce yourself to us.
Hello, I am the student president for the student government.
Okay, so Southeast New Mexico College student government president, yes. Right? SENMC student government president. I mean, SENMC it's kind of cool, but it's a mouthful. It's long.
It is.
All right, excellent. And then I also have with us today Zadia Hatch. Zadia Hatch, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I am a...
No, it's all right, man. There's no problem. This is the first time on the radio for all 3 of you, right? A little bit of nervous is expected. I also am very comfortable with this, come across fairly confident in front of you, so that doesn't probably make it any easier, all right? So my apologies, but I've done quite a few of these, all right? So I'm going to start over again, and I'm going to lead you to this. Zadia. So this is Zadia Hatch. Zadia Hatch is an early college student, not even necessarily scheduled to be a part of this radio show, but was hanging out in the student lounge between classes, and we are accepting of everybody to come on the radio that's a college student to tell us what they think is cool about the college and how to get involved and stuff like that. So Zadia, you are an early college student. Why don't you give me a little bit about like what year student you are and what you hope to do with the education that you're getting?
I am currently a senior of the early college high school, which is connected to the SENMC College.
Great.
After I graduate from there, I'm hoping to go to U of U for...
U of U?
Yeah, University of Utah.
Okay, good. I did not know that. Okay, U of U. I haven't heard that one.
It's in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hoping to go over there to get my bachelor's of games.
Okay, so...
Game design.
So you're a gamer?
Yes.
All right. So, and game designing is a great way to get involved beyond just somebody that sits there and plays video games, right?
Yes, very
excellent.
much.
So, when are you going to graduate from SENMC specifically?
We don't know the exact date, but it is in 2024.
That's right. So the spring of 2024, yes. Right? So it's going to be in the May. That's what, like May. May graduations are in May of the school year. So you're gonna graduate this May. You are likely the first or one of the first alumni from SENMC.
Yes.
That's amazing, dude. That's really great. right? And so I want you to relish that a little bit. I think that's cool, right? So now we're going to go back over here a little bit. I want each of you to tell me. So, Zadia, you did a great job leading me to my next question anyway, so thank you for that. Vanessa, we're going to go back to you right now. And Vanessa, what I'd like to know is what are you hoping to do with your education at SENMC and further?
So what I'm planning to do is, right now I'm getting my associates in early childhood education, and I'm trying to give back to the community because when I grew up, I always thought teachers were a big inspiration and impacted my life.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I can give the best 7 hours of the day to the students that do need it. Yes, so hopefully I can become a teacher here in this community.
That's impressive. So you will need extra education beyond what SENMC can provide you to become a teacher. So do you have an idea or a plan on where you want to go next?
So I heard of the online program in Las Cruces. Of course, I'm going to go back into MSU. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be going back into that for the online program to get my education for my bachelor's in early childhood education.
We need great teachers in this community. We need early childhood education teachers for sure. So, Vanessa, you're going to be a tremendous, valuable asset to our community at some point in the future. And thank you for already planning on wanting to come back. You know what I mean? That's a big deal, right? I'm Maria Orozco, SENMC Student Government Chief Clerk. Yes, right? If I mispronounce a name for a second or I do something wrong, you guys correct me live on the air. I don't care. All right? It's not a big deal. All right, so I've got Chief Clerk. So what's your plan?
So as of now, I am working on my associates in criminal justice.
Yeah.
And after school, I plan on attending UNM for my bachelor's and maybe my master's in criminal justice.
All right. Are you thinking about being a cop, a lawyer, or what's?
I want to be working for the FBI, so I want to be working on the federal level.
Great. So I know in 2011, I was a part of the FBI Citizens Academy class in Albuquerque, right, which is a civilian class that you get nominated for. It was actually a really, really cool experience, right? And it made you want to be an FBI officer for sure, right? But a lot of those guys that became FBI officers, or women, of course, right, all of the people that became FBI officers, a lot of them started as police officers first, right? There's a criminal justice lawyer angle, there's a police officer right into the FBI angle, and then there's also a communications angle to it as well, right? So I was a communicator in television news and communications, and they were really excited to try to get somebody in communications at the time. I just realized that I'm not somebody that's going to be able to hold a gun on somebody if needed, right? Like that's necessary in those positions in some situations, and that's not me. So they finally stopped recruiting me after I told them that's not who I am, right? Great. So I don't want to get too sidetracked. Our program is about 30 minutes, right? A little 20 minutes, maybe a little less, depends on if we'd run dry on topics or not, but we actually have a lot going on, right? So before we get into the main topic, I'll mention it once and then we'll get into more details. We are actually here today with our student government officials and our early college student today to talk about the Southeast New Mexico College Hallowpalooza, right? So it's the 2023 SENMC Hallowpalooza, right? So like Halloween, but Palooza, like Fallpalooza. It's a clever name, right? Did any of you come up? Who came up with that name?
It was our boss, Miss Judy.
Judy. So is Judy your boss, or is she your leader and educator when it comes to student government?
She's our boss for the student government,
but
she's also a student advisor.
Yeah.
So
she's a friend too.
Excellent. Yeah, that's
she's
cool.
An amazing person.
Cool. Zadia, what do you think about Judy?
Considering how I spend most of my time in the student lounge, I do see her around often. Don't really have an opinion other than we just say hi once in a while.
Okay. Well, the fact that you didn't have a negative opinion, I'll take as a positive, folks. So here's my take on Judy. I've worked at the college as a broadcast media program manager for officially over a month. I've met Judy multiple times. Judy was able to set up this interview for you guys, right? Judy is the one that cooks hamburgers on the patio when needed, right? Judy's the one that helps you guys put together a haunted house, which we're going to have in the room that we're interviewing right now, which is one of the things we're going to tell everybody, right? As far as I can tell, and I'm going to say this as nerdy as possible, Zadia, Judy is the bee's knees, man. Right? I was like, does that make any sense? Is that a very old person thing to say, bee's knees?
Yeah, that's kind of really
right.
old.
But I'm not a college student anymore, right? So so let me be who I am. Let me be a middle-aged man, right? It's like that's who I am, right? All right, so I digress, folks. And one of the things that you'll learn, because I do anticipate having many students on the program, and I want college students to create their own programs, right? I'm a scatterbrain. I'm all over the joint. And I'm going to tell you some random story about something about me that I think people are going to care about that maybe only I care about, right? And then, to give you a little note here, I guess. I own this radio station, folks. I can air anything I want, right? As long as it's not negative.
So if I want to get on the radio for 30 minutes and just talk like about nothing but personal stories when I was a kid, I guess I could. But the idea is that we want topics that people are interested in. They're related to the community. We're a local community station. So that's what I want to get into. One question before we get into the trick-or-treating, and that's going to be specifically, this is a new institution. It was NMSU. Now it's SENMC. Have any of you experienced this when it was NMSU? Zadie or Vanessa first?
Yeah, I have. It was like a couple years ago. It was NMSU. So I was here in my sophomore year doing intro to communications as my college course for that year. And then in my junior year, it was kind of hard to switch between them because that year was like right in the middle of the transitioning sequence from NMSU to SENMC.
Right.
Things were getting moved around. Everything was like getting lost in translation.
Little discombobulated, you could say, right? Just all over the place.
It was just a hectic year.
Right. And Vanessa, what was your experience with that?
So I'm lucky I get to experience graduating as in MSU and the CNMC.
Wow.
I actually walked on graduation last year for my certificate for phlebotomy.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky I get to do both. I was the last of the NMSU, and I'm the first of the CNMC. So
last and first.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
I got the benefit of both.
Yeah. And Imery, do you have anything you want to say about how this used to be NMSU?
It was. So I'm very competitive, and my brother actually came to.
When it was NMSU. Yeah, right.
So I get to attend whenever it's SENMC.
Right.
So it's a good accomplishment.
So he's an Aggie and you're a Mountain Lion, even though you went to the same building, right? Isn't that interesting? So what is, if I may ask without divulging too much information, is your brother still continuing his education or is he graduated and working?
So my brother actually graduated with his bachelor's last year at NMSU in Las Cruces for business.
Okay.
So as of right now, he is not in school. He's working right now.
Yeah, right.
But he's going to be going back for his master's probably by the time I go to college, and I'd have to go with him.
Oh, that'd be fun. You guys would be the same building all the time. I only have a bachelor's degree. A master's degree is not necessary for the career that I chose, and it's still not necessary at this point. But if I decide to do more higher education stuff, then a master's will be necessary, right? I just jumped right into the workforce after college as well. I think that's great. I mean, what I believe, and I hope the students can kind of understand, is that everybody here is like super excited that we're a new college. We have our own destiny. We're going to try a bunch of things. Just the fact that I'm here at all as broadcast program media manager means we're trying something, right? And so there's a lot of really fun opportunities happening, and I think it's really great because we are a small college at this point still. Right, we're starting a new things, and you guys have so much more opportunity than a four-year institution that is 3.5 hours, 4 hours away. Right, you know what I mean. So just the opportunity can be created on site, not online through what NMSU is doing, or I wish I was on that campus because they have this, and this. You know what I mean? It's the start, right? You guys are going to come back 20 years from now, and you're going to be like, amazing, what happened here? I believe, right? I mean, it's not there yet because we're starting. All right, now I want to get into the SENMC Hallowpalooza 2023 Hallowpalooza. Judy started it last year, right? The brand Hallowpalooza.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Hallowpalooza, it's really good. Last year, it is backed by popular demand.
Yes.
But my understanding is that the college, in some form or another, has held a trick-or-treating event basically almost forever, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to know a little bit is what can you all tell me as student government, let's start with this, as student government, as student leaders, right? For the two of you, Vanessa and Imery, what is your role in student government in putting together this October 30th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. event here at the college? Either one of you.
Okay, so we don't have like limits for what we all get to do. We all get to put our brains and brainstorm together. So we're just all in it together. We're trying to recruit more people. We're going to get more volunteers to help us out. We want to make it not too scary, but, a little frightening.
Yeah, right.
We're just going to, we chose a theme, right?
Yes,
I
believe we did.
What is it?
It's going to be like a psych ward, like an insane asylum.
Yeah,
deal.
Cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, this is a very institutional building too, right? It's an educational building that was built in the 50s, so it's quite institutional, right? And then psych wards are also quite institutional, so I see where you guys are headed. Zadie, am I right, or what? Is that why you're laughing?
Yeah. It looks just very, like, bland.
Right. It's old school. It's from the 50s. It looks like a labyrinth with all the stairs, right?
Yes.
But there's really exciting things happening here because the front parking lot's getting redone, right? Yeah. Followed by that is going to be the front entrance, right? And then there's going to be a whole nother building. In 2 or 3 years, there's going to be a whole separate building.
Oh, yeah.
The T2T building, the T2 building, technology and trade building, right? There's going to be, this place is going to change tremendously. Yes. And it's time to up the aesthetics of this campus, right? We're institutional. So I love your psych ward idea. You might have to come up with another one in a few years, or the other student government will. Yeah. But you guys have the opportunity to set the bar, right? Because students are going to come behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Does that make you excited? Yeah, because you just said you were super competitive, huh, Marie? Mm-hmm. Right. All right, so like as we just stated, and let's see if y'all can help us out with this, we have construction at what is traditionally the front entrance of our college, right? Yes. You cannot, 1 second, Zadia, you cannot park in front of the college as you traditionally do. So which one of you three can help people understand where they should park and how they should come into the facility? Okay, Zadia, what do you got?
All right, so there's this little cross section of like 3 different roads. One goes up behind the building. Okay. Back there's a massive parking lot. Mm-hmm. That's currently being used as like the main parking lot and offloading or picking up of the early college students.
Sure.
That go there.
So does the traditional picking up and dropping off of the early college students happen back there, or did it normally happen in the front?
In the front.
Okay, so
the normal last year before they did all the construction stuff, there was like parents had to go around the back to go over to a side to pick up the early college kids.
Okay,
and then they had to go through the front in order to get there.
So there's one thing that people that don't come to the college very often need to realize is this building can be a little bit confusing, right? Yes. So if you park in the front parking lot, which is closed right now, but when that's done, when that was open, if you park there and you entered the school, you were on the first floor. Yes. Right. But when you go to the back parking lot and you enter the school, you're on the second floor, but it feels like you're on the first floor. Right. It's confusing. I've had guests show up and I'll be like, well, are you on the second floor? He's like, no, I'm on the first floor. I was like, no, you're on the second floor. Right. Because they don't know. So there's some confusion there. Though I'm sure student government responsibilities would be making sure there's signs directing people where to go. Right. And stuff like that. So just know that when you pull up, when you drive past Lowe's and you come to our parking lot, you're parking in the back parking lot. Follow some signs. There'll be some cars. It'll be pretty obvious where to go. Now, my understanding is beyond the idea of the haunted house that you guys put together here at the student lounge that we're in currently, you guys get the whole college involved.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Somebody tell me a little bit about like how the college gets involved.
So as a whole, different parts of like the financial aid and the student government, student services and all that, we all come together to make the haunted house happen. Mm-hmm. We all participate in the scaring and decorating and all that kind of fun stuff. And then because we're also going to be having a little like kid carnival type area in the cafeteria. The gym is what they call it. It's for the early college high school students, it's the cafeteria. That's where you eat breakfast and lunch every day, right? Yes, but for everybody else, it's the gym, even though the basketball goal I don't think it's ever been lowered. I don't think so. It's like permanently up there. You know how they retract up into the ceiling? It's been up there for decades. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, so cool. So there's going to be a huge carnival in there. This is what I think about for kids' carnivals. And we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. I really hope they have the fishing game, right, where you throw the little hook over, right, and you get a little piece of candy. I'm sure they'll have that. But we're looking at bounce houses, probably. What do they call it when you pick apples with your bobbing? Apple bobbing?
Yeah, or bobbing for apples, or whichever one that is. They'll probably end up doing that. Maybe some face painting even, some fun stuff like that. It is Halloween. Maybe you should come with your face painted already.
Dressed up.
Yeah. All right, so let me do some details here. So when you show up, you'll have to come in on the second floor, right?
Yes.
There'll be directions on how to get yourself to the gym or the early college high school cafeteria because it's downstairs on the first floor, right? We'll figure that out, no problem. But I was also told that every office in the main building like decorates for a different theme or something like that. Oh, yes. Yeah. And so did any of you guys see that last year?
I wasn't around as much, but I don't recall.
Zadia, did you see some of it?
Yeah. There were like, I remember seeing about 7 different offices, all with different themes. Like one was spiders, one was ghosts, one was ghouls. And then I went up to the second floor at some point, and they had a little robot going through the halls dressed up as like a person.
Wow, that's cool. That's actually pretty creepy to me. The robots as a person, because it feels like that's coming for reals, you know? That's kind of like, it kind of irks me a little bit. All right, so SENMC Hallowpalooza 2023, the kids carnival at the gym. Make sure you park on the second floor. Just a side note on that. Each of the offices kind of has their own theme, and they're decorated, so it's like the whole college turns into like a little Halloween tour where you walk around, you see cool decorations, some scary, some not. You get candy the whole time, of course, which is the whole idea. And then you guys here at the student lounge, which is also on the first floor, is where the haunted house is going to be.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And you told me it's a psych ward theme.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Is there any other details or any ideas that you guys think that you can give me on that, or they just need to come out?
Should we keep it confidential?
Give me a teaser. Tease me.
There's gonna be.
So the nursing program, we have a really good nursing program.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get involved, so I'm gonna get up with that with them. So hopefully they can.
Let me tell you, I toured the nursing program when I got here, and I feel like some of their mannequins are really quite lifelike.
They're very scary.
Yeah, and I think they move on their own, right? Or like they can be programmed to move and stuff.
They have simulations to like, I know they have like a birthing simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a little boy. I forgot the name.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
like
Well, Chucky? No.
something like that.
All right, so cool stuff. So we have actually, that's such a good point, Vanessa. Like if you think about it, we have so many resources on this campus that we can use to make these haunted houses like above what you would normally get.
Hopefully they let us though.
Oh yeah, right. Well, that's always. I mean, those are not. It's not. It's not a crash test dummy. Something. They're expensive. There's a lot of. It's a huge computer, right? Is what it is.
That whole room is like probably worth. It's worth a lot.
It's millions for sure, right? And then you got to update these things. We were touring. They're like, well, so how much does that robot cost? Well, I was like, that's one of our old ones. It only moves like one finger now, so it's not that cool, right? And then like that was only $200,000 or whatever, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's what you need. It's better than testing on humans, right? I'm not going to be over there. I'm not going to be a poking guinea pig for a medical student. They need
the
to
phlebotomy class. We do it on real people.
Oh yeah. And how are you there? You good at it?
I actually after I graduated with my certificate, I started working at the hospital.
Oh yeah.
It was an experience. I loved it.
Okay.
But yeah, I switched majors though.
Okay. Didn't love it too much, which is understood. So the Hallowpalooza is from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's Monday, October 30th, right? So that's from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., day before Halloween. It's great. If I'm a parent, I'm doubling up on candy. I'm hitting up Monday, and I'm getting the kid out Tuesday, and I'm getting 2 uses out of 1 costume, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the other idea. So definitely come out. And what I think is important, and I know you guys kind of told me this before we started, but I want to reiterate this to our listeners, right? Is very specifically, this is something that the SNMC community puts together for the community to come to.
Yes.
Right? So we're not asking for nonprofits to come and bring candy. This is something that SNMC does every year, so families can have a really great family-friendly place to experience Halloween, get some extra candy, and really experience Halloween, which I think is the way that I did when I was a kid, because I know that it's different now. The amount of people going door to door in neighborhoods is way different than when I was younger. I mean, that's everybody did all the time, right? Yeah. They still gave us homemade goodies, and it was still okay, right?
I think after COVID, I think after COVID hit, Halloween definitely changed.
Yeah, and it started changing a little bit earlier, but it certainly has, and it's really nice to have a safe environment to take your kids,
it's
right?
Not really safe out there no more, but
yeah, well, right. I mean, and I think, and the other thing that's kind of got lost on this, and let me get on a soapbox for just a second, right?
Yes.
Is there's probably one person in the history of Halloween that was evil enough to poison a kid with a homemade meal, right? Or homemade snack, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's probably one, right? And Zadia, hold on one second. I'll let you talk and say whatever you want. But then that got so scary, right, that everybody thinks your neighbor's doing it. But that's probably not true. Zadia, what do you have to say to that?
I actually saw a news article one time where some parent found a razor blade in their kid's lollipop.
Oh, that's not cool. I mean, I don't need to say that it's not cool, but it's not cool.
Yeah. So after that, I feel like people were like a lot more wary. Like parents started going through their kids' candy, trying to.
Well, I agree. We always had to check our candy, no open packages, right? Stuff like that. But I would also say that
like, this time it was for like dangerous substances and stuff.
It's insane. Unfortunately, there's evil people out there. Thankfully, there's a very few of them, right? But one Ruins it for everybody, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Vanessa?
Well, I was just saying, like, the parents do go through the candy because they get a piece of their own candy from that.
Oh, yeah, of course,
They're
right?
gonna eat it, of course.
My
Yeah.
dad takes all my good candy, and it makes
Of
me
course.
so sad.
Like, let me see that. Now, all that depressing conversation about razor blades and candies and stuff like that, which I started, okay? So I started that conversation, but leads to the idea, full circle here, right? It leads to the idea that this is the safest place to bring your kid for trick-or-treating the week of Halloween,
Yes.
right? Check the candy, of course, maybe a package opened or something, right? But you don't have to worry about any of that stuff around here, Zadia. Now, are any of you three going to be here and volunteering the night from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on October 30th?
Yes.
Are you going to be actors in the haunted house, or how are you guys participating?
I'm going to be an actor for the haunted house.
All right, cool.
I'm probably gonna manage how everything goes, most likely, but hopefully I do get to participate in it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just make sure everything's going smooth.
I'm also best when I'm only supervising.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which makes me. Zadia, what about you, man? You got plans already?
Not really. I might be here, but I would probably end up having homework and stuff to do. Senior year's really busy.
Got it. Understood. There's going to be a ton of people here. The whole building's going to be set up. It's going to be, as the kids would say, fire. Do you guys still say fire? No. Okay. What is you do? Okay. Me and Zadia. What do you guys say now? If it's not fire, what is it?
I don't think I really participate in those.
Oh, you're not. Well, I'm not cool either. That's the whole point of me doing this.
I'm pretty boring.
Okay. All right. It is going to be great.
Yes.
It's going to be an amazing time. It's a wonderful thing. It's completely free to the community. We would love everybody to come out anyways and check out our newly independent college campus as we make improvements. We have new logos everywhere. There's a lot going on here. And so I would encourage everybody to come out October 30th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's perfect. It's a Monday. Every single student in the community has an early release on Mondays now, right? We're getting out early on Mondays. Yes. Go get your costume on, come back. I have one last question. I'm going to ask all three of you one last question. You can give answer the question and give a closing statement if you'd like, with the goal being to convince people listening to bring their families to SENMC on October 30th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the Hallowpalooza. Okay? So I'm going to start. I started clockwise, so now I'm going to end. I started counterclockwise, now I'm ending clockwise, so we're going to start with Zadia this time. Zadia, are you dressing up for Halloween? What are you going to wear? And then give me a closing statement.
I am dressing up for Halloween. I've got like a cat costume sort of thing. I have a tail that I can bend to my will, I guess. Great.
So you're going to dress up as a cat for Halloween?
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. No, that's great. That's cool. House cat or a fierce cat?
House cat, I guess.
Dude, being a house cat would be way better than a hunting cat. I mean, who are we kidding? Yeah. My cat at home, he's fat and lazy and as happy as could be, for sure. Mean. Any closing statements, man?
No.
Okay. Vanessa, what are you going to dress up for Halloween?
I'm giving away candy at my house. So,
great. What about for the event, right? You got to dress up for the event. I got to
dress up for the event. But I think I have a little sweater that has, I'm not dressing up, but I have a sweater that has like Halloween Town University. So I think I'll just wear that. I'm pretty boring, like I said. But
don't undersell what you want to do, right? Yeah. When you dress how you want to dress, and then when you wear it with confidence, it's cool no matter what it is. Halloween theme. So what I used to do all the time, anytime I worked in the local newsrooms in Albuquerque, I worked for the city of Albuquerque when I worked for the mayor. I have to wear a suit to work every day, right? Yes. And I can't really just wear a crazy old costume. So I would wear a black suit with a black tie and a really, really bright orange, like express shirt, right? Oh. And I would kind of like a pumpkin a little bit, right? So you're celebrating Halloween, such as you with your sweatshirt or your sweater or whatever that is, right? Your T-shirt, right? But you're also looking classy and doing the job at the same time. And since Vanessa has told us that she's a supervisor, Emery, you know what I mean? Maybe she should look a little more professional than everybody else, right? So, Emery, you said you're going to be an actor in the haunted house, so I assume that your costume is related to that.
I actually have two costumes.
Okay, I like it.
One for the haunted house and one for me.
Okay.
Actually, trick or treat.
Right. Wait a minute. You're going trick or treating with your little brother, sister, niece, or nephew. You're not going on as an adult, are you?
No comment.
What? Okay, no. I mean, we're almost at 30 minutes, but we're going to continue this a little longer. Go ahead and tell me what you're going to dress up as.
So for the haunted house, I'm going to be dressing up as an insane person with their arms tied.
Yeah.
Like taped. I don't know what they're called.
Straight jackets, exactly.
Yeah.
So okay.
I'm going to be one of those. But for Halloween itself, I'm dressing up as an elf.
Okay, great. Very, very cool. So I have one last question, then we're going to end this segment. You guys can answer at will randomly. At what age should you stop trick-or-treating on your own?
Never.
Okay. Vanessa?
I stopped trick-or-treating at the age of 12.
Okay. Marie, what age should you stop trick-or-treating?
I still trick or treat.
Okay.
I think that being a kid at heart is what makes people feel young all the time.
All right. That's a wonderful closing statement. I think that's great. So, Zadia, Vanessa, Marie, very first students to interview a very specific thing for SENMC on the radio. We're going to do a lot more of this. We're going to have podcasts. We're going to direct everybody to down the line as a program. Thank all three of you for coming on, and I really hope you have a good day.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889. Also sponsored by CNB Bank. Go to carlsbadnational.com to learn more.